All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Comics Asylum Live. Mega J Retro is back in the house, our resident road warrior, back from sunny San Diego. Brother, how are you doing?
Always good to be back, Steve. Always good to be back. Great to be back home. Honestly, I love San Diego. I love California, Los Angeles. Great stuff. But it, nothing beats coming back home.
You know what's crazy? It's almost as though you not only had all the action, but we had all the heat. Was it as hot down there as it was up here? It was like hanging out with Mephisto the last couple of weeks.
And it's funny you should say Mephisto. That's hilarious. We can talk about some drops that happened over the weekend. But no, man, it was believe it or not, it was actually kind of cool. And not cool, but I mean, every year I've gone to San Diego, it's been sweltering, man. Like if you watch some of my videos from last year, you'll see Danny and myself like we had towels on our heads. It's
Yes.
the funniest thing ever. Really like pure hilarity. This year, none of that, man. It was pretty decent. Like walking weather was great. My friends joked that we brought a bit of the cool from Canada down. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So yeah, a lot of fun.
That's great to hear. It was almost unbearable. My AC actually kicked out about maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh
But
no, man, that's crazy.
I had a house guest, a buddy of mine who is actually the director of the film that I'm working on, and he's from the East Coast, and he was dying. Like it was not fun times for him, but because I have some family in Barbados, and I'm used to being down there. It was kind of like being there, but without having the Caribbean Ocean at your doorstep. Did you guys get a chance to get to the beach or no? Mega J, can you hear me? We may have lost Mega J for a little bit. But when he gets back in, we are going to see what his adventures were down in sunny San Diego. But yeah, there were lots of news in terms of toys and comics being dropped coming out of San Diego. It's always a crazy time around late July going into August. And when you've got San Diego, and then I guess Fan Expos in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks here in Toronto, and then following that up with it looks like we did lose Jay, but then following that up with New York Comic Con, we're right in the heart of it. And on top of that, we also have like two banger movies out. Superman, which was released probably about a month ago, and Fantastic Four, which I think dropped maybe a little over a week ago. And I was late getting to watch both of them. So I actually stuffed both those in on a double feature, which I have not done, oh my God, since probably I went to a drive-in years ago. But it was a lot of fun. Couldn't complain. I will say that I enjoyed FF more than I enjoyed Superman for a few reasons. We'll get into that with Jay when he pops back in. But before we do that, let's look at some of our comments. All right, King Panther, Mr. J, how much did you spend out there? And great coverage. Yeah, he spent a lot. Oh, looks like we've got him back. Brother, are you back?
Steve, sorry, brother. Enter the dead zone, man. It was pretty
You
crazy.
calling? Are you at San Diego or Mars? Where are you?
I might as well be at like new place, right? So it's
Hold on
always
a second. Your audio's kicking out a little bit.
all right. Hold up. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're good.
All right. Yeah. So new.
Maybe he is on Mars. Who knows? Okay, we're gonna go back to some more comments until we get him sorted out. Yeah, you're kind of going in and out, brother. So
Yeah.
Roland,
Somebody just tried to call me.
you
things,
see how popular you
things are
are?
all over the place. It's all over the place, man. It's chaos up here. Yeah, but what I was saying was that you asked me about the pool. You asked me about the beach,
Yes.
and I was saying that no, we didn't get to the beach, but we got to the pool because my friends have a pool. So
Oh,
we hung out there for quite a spell, cool off because it is no matter what. Even though I said it was cooler, it's still hot as hell up there. I mean, like it's such a good time. Skeeters everywhere. So it was,
nice.
it is what it is, though, right? But as I understand it, it was like, so in San Diego and California, strangely enough, it's actually a drier heat than here. Here it's a
Yes.
humid heat, and
Yeah.
that is murder. Humid heat is murder because you're sweating all the time, right? So that's a big difference, right? So
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. And I feel sorry for your friend coming from the East Coast. I mean, it's always cooler over there. So that's that's a rough one, man. That's a rough one.
Yeah, totally, totally. Well, I'm just glad you're back. We got a lot to catch up on, and I'm just going to go through some of the comments, and then we can roll into the recap
Sure.
for SDCC 2025. So we have Roland Utah Toy Hunter. Hello, how you doing, brother? Endless Fables. Will El Dragoon show up? I'm not sure. We'll see if maybe he can make an appearance, but that'd be great. And then we have the Comiquista Gador. I maybe got that a little bit butchered, but hello from Argentina. And how's everything down there? And we got some more comments coming in. Nolan. Hi, Jay, Stephen, chat. How's everybody? Good to see you, Nolan. King Panther. Jay, are you speaking with a Mega Man helmet on? Very static voice on my end. Yeah, it's a little bit tinny, but it's all good. I'm glad that he's here. Frankie Rivera. Sup, everyone. Big Rib. Hello, everyone. This is great. And then we've got Nolan saying hi to King Panther. And Nolan saying, hey, Frankie, brother. So thanks for everyone who's joined us. Thanks for all the comments so far. Mega J, tell us about San Diego, man. How was it?
Well, brother, it's just one of those things. Every single year it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. But surprisingly, and you know what, some people were telling me it's not surprising, but to me it was surprising. This was hectic, but not hectic. It's odd. It's a weird thing to say because as these conventions get crazier and bigger and more complex, things tend to change, right? But this year, and I suspect, and a lot of people have suspected, that it's because Marvel didn't have any major presentations this year. Right. So because of that, there was no Hall H was not as busy. So I think people were able to get to Hall H pretty easy this year, which is shocking. But a good thing as well, right? But the whole city, as most people know, the whole city transforms into Comic-Con. And it was a really different experience this year because unlike other years, which I was just working the con, getting content, this and that. This year I got to relax a little bit, to be honest with you. Friends, who again after about 3 or 4 years, and actually more like 5-6 years of content creation with Comic-Con, I've gotten to know a lot more content creators down there and meet up with a lot of content creators. So with that in mind, it was more like meeting old friends, and that was I think the most enjoyable part of the convention, being able to see everybody, reconnect to a certain degree. And I pressed the wrong button. And yeah, that was the big thing, really, for me. But other than that, a lot of things to take in, a lot of sights, and a heck of a lot of spending. too much spending, I think.
Well, for better for worse, the Canadian dollar is a little stronger, so I don't think you got as hurt as much as you could have been.
Oh man, no. Let me tell you something straight, Steve. It is expensive. California.
Yeah.
California is expensive, bro. California.
Oh, yeah.
You know the song California? California. The city, man. the city of apes. Canadian dollar don't go far at all down there, man.
I don't think dollars go far, because even if you live there and you're making American dollars, it still doesn't go far. It's an expensive place to live, especially SoCal.
Yeah, but it was, as always, it was just you know what, it was, again, like I said, normally I wouldn't be doing it, but it was for the content, it was for meeting up with friends and, you know, good times, all that great stuff. But if I could be making American dollars, then I wouldn't be so bad, but Canadian dollar just don't go too far down there.
Right. So what was your highlight?
Oh man, wow, so many highlights. A lot of firsts, a lot of things that were happening. But I have to say, for me specifically, Master Universe, they were really they were pushing, not pushing. It's weird. So they were pushing the movie through Mattel and through other things, but they had no trailers. They had no. You know, it's these crazy things. I was so excited for what was there, but at the same time, it was almost as if they were holding back. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why. I mean, now is the time to advertise the Master Universe movie right now. But for whatever reason, they decided, you know what, it's it's probably easier or better or whatever they decided, right? That that they're not going to show a trailer like that. I mean, like, there's no Marvel's not there, nobody's there, right? And you really should be showing a trailer. I think that's par for the course. I really think that's something that should be happening.
I'm going to add you to the stage. It looks like you're going to have to turn off there you go. Perfect. All right. Makes his appearance.
Hey, there we go.
He's in his new lair.
Look at that.
He's got
man, it's hot. It is hot up there, Steve. It is hot outside. Oh my gosh. Like that is pretty crazy.
How's the new HQ?
No, it's good. It's good. You know, just figuring it out. You know, a lot of things on the go. But like I said, getting up here is a bit of a chore. So that's why it took me a little bit to get here. But
I appreciate it, brother.
Biggest highlight definitely had to be the Master Universe overall. But I'd be lying if I said that I was not disappointed in so much that they should have had a trailer. But they showed that they had a sword. They had the actual prop sword. I
saw that, and now that you're home, if you want, you can even pull that up and play some of that video. That'd be great, because I don't think everyone's seen it. But you got some great footage while you were down there, and some good booth visits.
It was pretty crazy. It was a lot of great stuff happening overall. And let me just bring this up really quick. So here we go. So let me just window. Yeah. So man, it was pretty crazy. And this was front and center at the Mattel booth. I mean, like, it's freaking Castle Grayskull, man. Like,
that's pretty amazing.
Oh, dude, it was a giant Castle Grayskull. It was so crazy. And when you passed the threshold, when you went in, you saw this. I mean, like, there it is, the sword of power. You know what I mean? And you got a sneak peek shot of, and they were saying it's concept art, so it's not final, right? But at least give you this concept of idea of what they're thinking. You know, the power sword right, like very much like Excalibur, right?
Yes.
The light shining down, such a great image. And earlier that day, they had revealed the official Master Universe movie logo, which some people are disappointed with it. I'm indifferent. I don't mind it. It's take on the regular Masters logo, the most current Masters logo, but with a red font this time. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a lot of it is uninspired, and I'm like, I don't really care. We're getting a movie. We'll see how that goes, but that's really what it really boils down to. And then we see Mattel posted these pictures earlier today, the other day, and you see the inner sanctum. You know what I mean, like the chamber of Grayskull, and of course there in the center is the sword of power. You know what I mean? So
The
a lot
design
of great.
looks great though.
Yeah, it looks. Oh, sorry. It looks freaking amazing. I mean, like, I'm very very excited at the possibilities. Of course, I have my reservations. I've been talking. I've been very vocal about my thoughts about the movie. But if they stay on Eternia, then all's forgiven. You know what I mean? If the majority of the film is on Eternia, I don't care if they visit Earth for 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? If the rest of the movie is on Eternia, then we're square. We're square, Mattel. They even had the Havoc staff on
Oh
display.
wow.
Yeah, that was something crazy. I posted a video today about my reaction to that. I literally lost it. I was like, I was short of breath, basically seeing that in real life. So yeah, exciting stuff. So really, really great in terms of its overall presentation, but no trailer. That was a letdown. That was a real letdown. But we can't have everything, Steve. We can't have everything. Unfortunately, it will continue.
Remind me again of the release date.
I believe it is a summer. I believe they did say summer. I think June or July. I think
Of 26, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's time to have, like, they should have some sort of a teaser or something by now.
You would think, right? You would think that would be one of their strategies, but it seems to be for naught, my friend. It seems to be for naught.
Well, I'm just thinking of the time, right? Because if you're not doing it now, then the next one's New York.
Yeah.
And then it's the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is probably your final trailer.
Yeah, I think and I think maybe that's really what they're thinking. A lot of people are considering that, and I'm hoping that something happens in New York, because I just applied for a press pass in New York, and now I'm thinking, you know what, Steve, we should go, all of us, like you, me, Vaughn, Greg, like we should find some place in New Jersey and just cover the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they're Brooklyn. They're Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn.
Or wherever, brother. If we can find something cheap, where we can all just like hang our hats, you know what I mean? And just because, my friend Danny is down, right? And my other friend Michael from Toy Habits, which we had a fabulous time in San Diego. So, we all get a house together and fucking, just make it happen, bro. Because my other friend JP, he has an amazing opportunity. I can't speak to it, unfortunately, because he's told me in confidence. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. But he is by hell or high water heading down there, and he lives in Florida. So for him, it's incredibly important to be there. So for me, I am 100% trying my best to get there. And if you're going to think about it, Steve, now's the time, because press applications are still open.
There's not a lot of time. Right?
No, there's not.
So
but
I'll have to jump on that. We'll talk about that in the future. But New York's, for anyone who hasn't been, New York is a fantastic show. Like it is as bonkers, not necessarily in terms of people, as San Diego, because I saw the lines again were on point.
They were ridiculous
in San Diego, but New York is a great show.
Oh my God, just ridiculous. Wow, we got a whole bunch of different comments in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely. So let's go back to King Panther. Greetings, Nolan.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Noel.
Billy Butch, 1980. Hey, Nolan. Russell Hale. So was SDCC Hollywood light this year? Was it?
In comparison to past years, no. It was light on Hollywood. I think that's the other thing. It was very light. I saw a few stars walking around. You know what I mean? There were a few people. One person I met who's like, I don't get starstruck, Steve. You know that. Mm-hmm. I'm not really very enamored or overwhelmed by stars. People are people, but one person I did run into. Let me just see if I have him. I ran into, and most people aren't going to know who this is, but as soon as I saw him, and I don't do this, Steve. I don't stop people and ask them for. You didn't
get a photo, did you?
I did. I got a photo.
Whoa! And, whoa! Wait! Stop!
Yeah.
that's like a first. I don't think you've ever really done anything like that.
I know, right? I just don't do that. I just don't. It's not something that that I do. But really, again, I admire this person, and he was walking the halls, and I just had to take the opportunity, and I said, I basically politely, I said, where is it here? Yeah, where? Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah. I just politely said, Mr. Stout, I'm a big fan, right?
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I had to stop him. And so William Stout, man,
That's
production
cool.
designer, costume designer, like has made multiple films, so many great movies, especially Masters of the Universe. He designed all the costumes. He designed many of the some of the sets and things like that. So as soon as I saw him walk in the halls, I was like, Mr. Stout. And he was nice enough to stop for a picture. So that to me was huge. I didn't think I was going to be able to meet William Stout in the in the hallways. And he even had a minute to tell me an anecdote, which was hilarious.
Can you share it, or is it top secret?
No, yeah, I can share it. Let me bring the picture back up because I'm wondering if I was able to catch. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I mentioned to him in passing, I was like, I'm a huge fan of the Master Universe, and he said, what's funny about that? He said, I was on a cruise, a celebrity cruise, and somebody stopped me and said, hey, that shirt you're wearing, that exact shirt he has on right now, he said, he stopped me and said, I love that shirt, I love that painting. And then Mr. Stout says, yeah, thanks, I painted it. And the guys, he went white, like all the blood rushed from his head, and said, you're William Stout. He didn't even know who it was that he was talking to. So again, Master Universe unites us all, man. It's a great anecdote that he said, and I really appreciate that. Really stuck with me. So yeah, lots of fun. So
Well, it's always great when the behind the scenes talent get recognized, because sometimes it's hard, right?
yeah, for sure. For me though, right, and this is the reason why. He's worked on so many great films, and he's also worked with amazing artists like Mobius and
Yeah.
other incredibly talented artists. And he's worked in comics, he's worked in film, he's worked in so many things, right? So again, like you said, in the Hollywood machine is such that anybody in the background doesn't usually get any sort of attention. But me understanding and recognizing him, I just had to stop him and just say, hey, I appreciate you. So it was a great opportunity in my opinion.
Sweet.
Steve, good old Steve Vendetta. Friends don't let friends stream and drive.
Yeah, I had a chuckle at that one earlier. Jay's his own man.
I will do what I wish, people. I will do what I wish.
Thanks, Steve. King Panther. Mr. J, I can't wait to see how you rearrange your figures at the new Fantastic Four headquarters. Absolutely.
Yeah, brother, it's coming along. It's quite the ordeal. A lot of things in flux, as everybody knows, and you don't know how much stuff you have until you have to move it. I think that's the real problem. And and the thing is, I vlogged everything, so a lot of people, you're going to be able to see just how difficult it was to get things from one place to another. So it was
so your Excel sheet is probably bursting, eh?
Yeah, I was able to catalog a lot of things too, so that was also a really good opportunity. So yeah, a lot of things around this place.
Sounds good. Billy Butch wants to know: is the castle display what we should expect for the movie?
No. That is a reuse from last year's display. It's been recolored, repainted, but they dusted it off and made it like new coat paint, made it new again. So that's what that was all about. So yeah, don't expect too much out of that.
Okay, cool. King Panther, Steve and Jay, what are your top 3 figures at the show? I got Mondo Storm, Hasbro Mephisto, and Mattel Snake Lair. Well, I didn't really get to see much, but I did see some of the FF figures that looked pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the stuff that's in Mega J's videos. So Mega J, what stood out for you? What are your top 3?
Um,
If you can narrow it down to 3.
yeah, it's tough. It is tough to narrow down my personal favorite 3. But I will say that I love Chitara from Mondo. Mondo's Chitara was inspired. Incredible figure. Mephisto was good, because it's funny that you said hanging out with Mephisto today, Steve, because they swore up and down that they would not release Mephisto if it didn't, fund on the Engine of Vengeance. I don't know if that's actually a quote, but they were saying it was going to be very difficult to release Mephisto, and Mephisto's coming. So he's still wearing boots. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. Boots are boots. Like I don't know. That I don't care. But
you know what? Maybe he's got gangly toes. Who knows?
we already knew he had gangly toes. He had the long toenails. It was, he was a freaking demon incarnate, man. Just own it. Own it.
No OF account for that guy,
huh? Hey, man, some people like them. Some people like them cornrows, man. Like it's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, he was interesting. I will say the HasLab is ambitious. The Star Wars HasLab clone attack ship, clone drop ship, very ambitious. If you are Attack of the Clones fan, which is what they're celebrating, a lot of people have been waiting for this, but it's off to a slow start. Unlike other HasLabs, which usually got like 50% off the first few days. Let me just since we're here anyway, Steve, you want to bring the screen back? Let's just check Hasbro Pulse and see where it's at. I mean, they posted it, and let's see where it's landing right now. Where is it? Come on, there it is. So here it is, the Star Wars Vintage Collection LAATI gunship. And okay, it's gotten a little bit further, but still less than half of what they need.
Right? That's pretty uphill. They gotta go.
Yeah. Now they have 40 days, right? They have they have 40 days left. So I mean, I fully expect this to fund, as always, right? I fully expect this one will fund. But there's another HasLab going on at the exact same time, which is another reason why it can be a very daunting situation, because with Hasbro, I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand their strategy. They have multiple HasLabs running it congruent, and they keep forgetting that we have crossover fans, right? So that's something you got to keep in mind, Hasbro. So this one still has not backed. There's another indicator on that. They only have 15 days left, and they need 500 more backers just to get this thing backed. And then they still have three additional tiers to go. So, yeah, and this, what? I'm confident this will back, but this will probably be the first G.I. Joe classified. No, it's not probably, but there's a chance. There's a chance, pardon me. There's a chance that this might be the first classified HasLab that doesn't reach all of its tiers. Because not only do you get you get frostbite on the first tier on the backer, and then if you unlock the additional tiers, you can get Lady J and Arctic gear, right, at 10,000 backers. You get a Biovic battle station, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's got a whole bunch of world building stuff like a campfire, hot dogs, a couple of fish, a skillet. You know what I mean? Like that kind of weird stuff.
Right.
So toy photographers are going to be, all over that. But the last, of course, is Arctic gear Flint, right? So you got Lady J and Flint, the two sweethearts going at it, right? But yeah, I mean, it's a great vehicle. It's a great crowdfunder, but does it have the steam in the last 15 days to hit the other tiers? It might be that this economy really has just hit a lot of people hard, and a $350 HasLab Sorry, $325 HasLab might be a bit much, and then asking $450 for a vintage collection gunship. Wow.
Like who's got that kicking around, especially in this economy?
I don't know who has it kicking around, but that's what the ask is, and that's where that's where it is. And right now, about 3,500 people, 2,500 people are banking on this right now. So yeah, crazy. And you know what? I'm just double checking if this is actually in. I'm pretty sure I'm in U.S. funds right now. Actually, maybe I'm not. Hold on for a second. I'm pretty sure I am, but it's always weird with Hasbro Pulse how to switch these things. Anyway,
Right.
I'm pretty confident it's these are the correct prices, but yeah, that's a lot of money to be asking people for right now. So pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's get back to some of the comments. Russell said, "How long was the flight from Toronto to California? Was it different length going and coming back?"
I mean, technically yes. So it was about 5.5 hours there, and about 5 hours and change, maybe a little bit less coming back. So yeah, I mean it is a very long flight, but it was actually pretty quick. It went by pretty fast. Even on we took Porter Airlines, and even then, no screen. You had to turn on your phone. They gave you free Wi-Fi, so I can't complain. Like, you know, with free Wi-Fi, time goes by fast. So
Yeah,
it's good.
a couple of movies.
Yeah, 2 movies, you're done. It's good.
Billy Butch. So it seems to be a trend right now with the HasLabs in terms of, I guess, how they're lagging.
It can, like, you know what, I see what you're saying, but in the past, it has never been like for GI Joe at least. It really hasn't been that much of an issue. You know, the first week is usually when they get funded. The fact that the Snowcat has not funded yet, right now, that's shocking. You know, if we wanted to get technical, right, we can go to Geek Dad Life, and you know, take a look at Brian Brink's charts. Because yeah, if you know, right on the front page, they're tracking it already, right? Because everyone's curious as to what's happening with this thing, right? And the best part about these charts is Brian, of course, the master at tracking all this data. He actually compares all the historical data from each of the HasLabs. Wow. And yeah, so where are we? Which one is the Snowcat? So the Snowcat is right now on the red line. And as you can see, every other HasLab except for which one's the gray line? The gray line is interesting. What is that? Hold on.
Ooh, had a spike.
Oh, the Sky Striker. Yeah, the Sky Striker. Okay, so a little bit of history. We'll go back and review that history in a minute. So basically, as you can see, each of the past HasLabs has had a shot in the arm, right out the gate, on the first day, like massive shots in the arm, right? I think the Cobra His Tank, if I'm not mistaken, let's double check it. Yeah, the Cobra His Tank, like by far, right, is like the highest out of the gate, right? Pretty much funded on its first day for the most part, right? Then the green line is, what is the green line? The green line is the Dragonfly, again, really like very, very high out the gate. And even the blue line, which is interesting because that's the Rattler.
Right.
If you actually look at the Rattler, it is probably like again, it's like 1, 2, 3, which is exactly the way it is. This is the first, second, and third. The Rattler didn't have as much momentum out the gate, but you can see the second day was ridiculous. I mean, it went. So you can see how the trending goes, right? First day was really crazy, but was really crazy. But then the second day, the Rattler went balls to the wall. It literally shot through the roof, right? On the second day, nearly catching up to the other two, right? Mm-hmm. And then of course you have your long month, as you know, Steve.
It's
right?
just like running a Kickstarter. It's the same kind of thing. You start with like a hype spike.
Yep.
And then it levels off, and then you rally near the end.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you see here. Right now, the Hiss tank, because it was the first one of its kind, you can see that for a few weeks it was going gangbusters. Right, it was the curve wasn't really leveling out until about the third week.
Yeah.
Right, around the third week, that's when it really started kind of plateauing.
Flat.
But you can still see a nice even climb, right, for the Hiss tank. The other two are more consistent with what we normally see, which is a really big spike at the beginning and then sort of pretty much leveling out all the way up until the end. And you can see the Rattler. The Rattler, honestly, is freaking amazing. It right at the end, it took off. It took off like crazy. Even the Hiss tank could not beat the Rattler. The Rattler was flying, like literally flying. So that was freaking amazing. And even the Dragonfly, again, they all hit their targets around similar fashions.
Could that have been due? Sorry to interrupt, but could that have been due to what was offered as like, second or third tier?
Sure.
Offerings.
Sure. For example, the Hiss tanks funded so quickly that they actually had to introduce. The Hiss tank funded so quickly and then reached all of its stretch goals so fast, right, that they had to add another stretch goal, a bonus stretch goal, just because.
No, okay.
It was ridiculous, right?
That's good heat. That's good heat then.
It is. It was incredible. It was absolutely bonkers. Whereas the other two didn't bother adding additional incentives, but they also pretty quickly hit most of their targets well before the end of the campaign. And right at the end of that campaign, FOMO hits everybody, and they they do their thing. Now, the Sky Striker though is an interesting case study. Now, these three are classified series, so they're 6-inch figures. The Sky Striker it was an O-ring set. It went for the traditional Sky Striker from back in the day, redesigned, re-engineered, and had 3 additional new figures added as incentives. But you can see it was literally on its way to absolute failure. But again, interesting case study here. The reason, in my opinion, and I know, anecdotally, my opinion, the main reason why it nearly failed is because it was competing with 2 other HasLabs at the same freaking time.
That doesn't make any sense, though. That doesn't make sense. Why do that?
Exactly.
Why eat your own profits? It doesn't make any sense.
Why cannibalize your market?
Yeah.
Right? Why do that? Because you know what? I don't know what it is with the higher ups. They don't think that any of us have crossover interests. You know what I mean? They think that, oh, you're a Star Wars fan, you only buy Star Wars. Oh, you're a G.I. Joe fan, you only buy G.I. Joe. Oh, you're a Ghostbusters fan, you only buy Ghostbusters. Oh, you're whatever. This was a perfect storm. You had the Sky Striker, right, which has its fans, really, great legacy product. But then you had the Rancor from Star Wars, which had its own drama. Yeah. They priced that thing out of everybody's price range. They completely put it out of reach of everybody, and then and it still managed to get a whole bunch of backers. And then they freaking decided to insult the fans by offering a bunch of rocks as a reward. I kid you not, Steve. They offered a bunch of fucking rocks.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Rocks, Steve. Rocks and bones, man. Bones and freaking rocks. You can ask it. Look at the chat. Everybody in the chat is now laughing because it's true. Rocks and freaking bones, Steve. It was so sad. It was the saddest thing you've ever seen. Right?
That's terrible.
And they held Luke. They held Luke until the end. Luke was the last stretch goal at something ridiculous, like $15,000. Sorry, I think it was like $20,000. Yeah, 20,000 backers. It was insane. They wanted 20,000 backers for this to unlock Luke. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely insane.
Well, speaking of that, let's go to King Panther because he's got a great question.
Sure.
Mr. J, you've been at this action figure game a long time. Are you concerned that the Snowcat will not unlock all tiers? Worried?
Yes. I don't even have to ponder on that. Yes, I am. I am rather concerned because you have a great stretch goal for Lady J, and then you have a tent, It's not even a tent. It's a windbreaker. It is a shelter, like barely a shelter. I don't know how anybody plans to stay warm in this thing. You have to build that fire. That fire is essential, right? This thing will not protect you in the tundra, man. This thing is just absolutely pathetic. So I don't know what they were thinking with that. I think 3 figures is the norm. You know, every HasLab so far classified it's been mostly figures. You know, I think what's it called? Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and say that. I'll take that back because the His tank, it was figure, then weapon set, then figure and figure, right? And then a bonus figure or something like that. And then after that, the Dragonfly, all figures. And now they went back to a freaking tank, man. So getting to Flint is going to be hard. Getting to Flint is going to be incredibly hard. I think people are going to settle for, you know, and this is just not really a prediction of sorts, but I think a lot of people are going to basically say, I'm good with Lady J. And by the end, there's going to be FOMO, and maybe just by the skin of our teeth, we're going to get Flint. I think that's really what's going to happen. That's right. That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. So Rodax Hippie says not enough snow bunnies.
We got one.
Yeah, that's true. 2 Vaz Zone says hi everyone. Just saw you were live, Jay. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, is that Tiffany or is that Adrian? Who is it? Good to see you guys. No matter what. Subscribe to 2 Vaz Zone, guys.
Absolutely. Nolan says hi, 2 Vaz. And 2 Vaz responds with, hey Nolan.
Oh, you guys should watch the live stream. I just posted of the Flip War panel. You'll see your custom figure on the stage.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's amazing. FOMO Erections by
whoa, calm down there, brother. Calm down. Easy there.
What is Lady J needed?
Why? Well, I think that's why. Why? You know, somebody said Snow Bunny. You know, somebody said, you know what? She was in a great episode for the where the Snowcat was actually premiered. So right. in Legacy, you know, the whole idea for Real Maker Hero, it makes sense, right? Both her and Flint, they make sense
for sure. Mr. Wonderful,
hey,
just listening
Travis.
again.
What's going
while
on,
doing some prep for later. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. And everyone, thanks for all the amazing comments. Thanks for joining in. We really appreciate everything.
100%.
Oh, Pedro from Portugal. Wow.
Good to see you, brother.
Putting in some late hours. Awesome. Welcome.
Almost 2 a.m. Wow.
Almost 2 a.m. Excellent. If you're like me, then you're a night owl, so you'll be okay.
Yep.
No one says, hey, Travis.
Yep.
Hey, Pedro. And Pedro says, hey, Nolan, Mega J, don't let me sleep because he's always streaming. That's on you, brother.
I'm sorry. Pedro.
You gotta apologize, Mega J.
I'm sorry.
And Tuvaz says, thank you.
Always, brother. Always.
Billy Butch. Yep, 3 figures might have done it, even if it was an Arctic green shirt. By the way, the tent is pronounced bivouac. I kid you not. Bivouac. Did I pronounce that right?
I think so. That's bivouac. That's really
you can't have whack at the end. I'm sorry.
No, it's just whoever decided to make that a thing is I don't know.
Don't they have like committees for these things and they test the names? My lord.
No, here. You know what, Steve? Tell me what you think. Bring it back up. Tell me what you think. Okay. Do you really think that this is a worthy stretch goal when you need, like, people are expecting figures, right? But do you think that this you think that this is really something that people are like chomping at the bit to buy? I'm telling you, it's not even a tent. It is literally just a shelter, and barely it doesn't even have 4 walls. It's got a I don't know what that is. It's literally just a piece of cloth, right?
No. That's weak. Sorry.
Like, it comes with a remote controlled missile launcher, which of course is not. It comes with a cantina, a cot. You know what I mean? There's a cot there. A lot of world building here. I will say that. You know, it's got the spade, it's got the axe, it's got the machete. What the hell do you need a machete in the winter in the snow for?
Ice? Hey, maybe they're making drinks. Who knows?
I don't know. You got a radio. You got this is the thing that's kind of cool. You got two salmon, sockeye salmon, right? And you got a roaring fire, right? So I mean, world building wise, because they're doing that, right? Lady J has a cup of Joe with J on it. You know what I mean? People are like, Jay, you got to get that. You have to have that. I'm like,
The monogrammed cup, huh?
it's got an E at the end, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't really need a J that badly. But she's got an auger. She's got a fishing rod. You know what I mean? Like, this is the world building stuff, man. And then you also got, and then freaking Flint comes with a skillet with eggs and 2 hot dogs.
Yeah, that better be
Really?
cast iron. If you know, for what you're paying, that better be cast iron.
And he's got a freaking espresso coffee maker. Like, come on.
They don't look like they're roughing it to me.
I know. I'm loving it. I love the world building. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I think we've lost the narrative here. I think.
Yeah.
I think fans want figures. They don't need. They don't necessarily need this. You know what I mean? So.
Because you know why? You could 3D print that. To be honest with you.
And people are. And you don't even have to go that far. People are making things with the freaking toothpicks and straws. You know what I mean? And making them look freaking fabulous.
You're taking it back to like our youth, okay? When you couldn't get stuff, where they didn't even have the imagination to make those kind of play sets or accessories. We totally MacGyvered those ourselves.
Absolutely. That's exactly how it was. Exactly how it was.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Let's see here. Wait a second. Just going to catch up to some of these. So Wacom says, I'd rather that than patches 100%.
Oh God. Okay, fine. You got me there. You got me there.
Russell says, I've seen bus shelters built better than that. Ouch. Ouch.
Shots fired, Russell. Shots fired.
So G Ryan 640 says, no hate, but Snake Lair is extremely overpriced, at least for me. $500 for Eternia versus $300 for Snake Lair. No, I'm out. No hate, just for me. And that's a fair thing to say. You know, like, you can't go back to the well to your fans and to your customers that often. At some point, they're going to have to say no. And I think we're at that inflection point right now.
Yep. I don't disagree. I think that given the state of what we're at right now, a lot of people are being very selective. I think a lot of people are being incredibly selective about what they want or what they need. More appropriately, what they need.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
There's a lot of people, and a lot of families. You know, when you have to decide if you're going to eat today or pay your rent. I think the choice is pretty obvious. So
yeah, pretty much.
It can be very good stuff.
Nolan says cut blocks to make an igloo. I guess that's what the machete's for.
Oh, is that what? Okay, fine. Yeah, all right. I stand corrected. That's fine. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll own that. No problem.
Although there was laughter at the end of that comment, so maybe it's a tongue in cheek.
Maybe it's a bit sarcastic in that. No, but I can believe it. It
makes sense.
But wouldn't it be better for a serrated edge? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, what do I know about cutting snow? I mean, like,
for sure. Pedro says, nice to meet you, Steve. It's a pleasure to meet you as well, too. Just by watching and listening you for 5 minutes, I can see you're a cool guy. Oh, thank you. Your check's in the mail. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Love it. King Panther, big time Steve and Super J. Let's not forget that on August 1st, the Snake Lair starts funding. I really like this design and the tiers. That's what, Friday?
Yeah. So
that's another crunch. Am I misreading that?
Yeah, no. So head back to the thing, and yeah. So I joke about it a lot. I think that toy companies need to start sending each other notes about when they're going to do these crowdfunds, because Mattel just decided to drop the Snake Lair, the reboot of the Snake Lair, which is inspired. I appreciate it. I appreciate they went back to the drawing board and redid this, because the first Snake Lair was ginormous. It was absolutely gigantic. It rivaled Eternia, and now they pared it down to what I think a lot of fans were expecting in the first place. The design is really well done. I think that they went back to Axel Jimenez original designs, and I keep pronouncing it wrong. I'm gonna have to get one of my Spanish-speaking friends to tell me exactly how to pronounce his name. But I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just terrible with names. But this is the Snake Lair, which I think a lot of people were expecting. I think this is what they were hoping for. And yeah, it starts funding August 1st. So and the price tag is not cheap. It's $300 freaking for this thing, right? But it's fabulous. I was there. I to a certain degree, I got to touch it. I was actually able to take a really close look at it. I have the videos coming out soon, so I was up close and personal with this thing. I can tell you right away, it is glorious. It is glorious, and the pictures are a bit misleading here. It's not nearly as dark. Somebody pointed that out to me the other day. It is not that dark. It's actually quite well. It's really bright. It has a lot of great colors. Here in this environment, it looks a little bit dark, but it actually is beautiful. And the stretch goals are awesome. Lady Slither, like a mummified Lady Slither, Lord Pythonus, and a two-headed Chimera. Beautiful stuff. So, yeah. But like I said, I really do believe and wholeheartedly believe that these companies need to start passing each other like notes in class, because they are not able to coordinate. And now we have three HasLab. Three crowdfunds going on at the exact same time. It's crazy. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense unless they're just trying to wipe each other out.
This is the problem. Here's the thing, and go back for a second. Now here's so that would be an interesting concept, right? But here's another problem. They have literally, and I keep mentioning this, hell freezes over in 2025 because Mattel and Hasbro have joined forces to make Master Universe cross Transformers.
What is going? So then, what are they doing? That makes no sense.
The worlds are converging. The multiverses are coming into one. Steve, we are seeing something. Like I said, hell is freezing over. Steve, hell is freezing over. Who would have thought Transformers and Master Universe?
Okay, that one caught me. That one caught me off guard. I did not see that coming at all.
Oh, but Skeletor looks awesome though.
Yeah, it does.
Skeletor looks ridiculous, and his Havoc staff transforms, which is pretty neat. I thought that was cool.
No, that is cool.
I thought that was kind of cool. Duncan, Man at Arms, he's great. I love the fact that he exists. But I think I'm really gonna wait to see what Optimus Prime looks like. But
good call.
But yeah, we're living in Crazy Town right now, Steve. Crazy Town has come around because hell has literally frozen over. I mean, Mattel and Hasbro at one point, the bitterest of enemies, let's be honest with you, have joined forces. It's crazy.
Crazy. You put that together with DC and Marvel doing a crossover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Deadpool and Batman.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe Bill Murray was right.
That happened in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like they've done that before. We've had different crossovers on that level. I never thought two toy companies could actually make it work. I never thought that was something that could ever happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah, but there it is. It's here. It exists. It's a thing. So crazy town.
That's the world we're living in now, right?
we have gone into uncharted territory, Steve. It has happened.
Next thing you're going to tell me that Red Sox fans and Yankee fans are going to be like hanging out.
that they can love each other. No, I think that universe. I don't think there's a universe where that can exist. I think that is I think that is an impossibility. So
Yeah, that's a multiverse that shall never be.
I don't. Yeah, I think that's an impossible ask. But yeah, it was a crazy convention. And again, a lot of things revealed. What were some of the collectibles that you thought were, or that you caught wind of that were of note since we're on the train?
Unfortunately, I didn't catch a lot of that. I was more looking at the comic book news and stuff that had come out. I have a review copy of Speed Racer #1.
Nice.
Out of Mad Cave. It looks phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And it's by
has nothing to do with the Wachowski version, right? Like
no. So this is out of Mad Cave, and it's written by David Pepos, who's also doing a killer job on Space Ghost.
Nice.
And so he has kind of reimagined Space Ghost to make Space Ghost not only, for 2024, 2025, but he's also like, it's just a badass story. So imagine that cartoon, but then leveling up all of the villains. And he said this in an interview that we had with him a couple of years ago, that so Space Ghost's Rogues Gallery actually matches what is you would consider like the top tier when that's Batman or Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
Like he's like there are some bangers there. And so Racer X.
Yep.
That is I think it's a #1 that hit, and it's getting great reviews from what I'm seeing. And it's just really interesting too that we were mentioning this before I came on, that the Hollywood presence wasn't big at San Diego, but the movies are what's driving everything. So with Superman out and FF out, and with all the word, the things about Doctor Doom and Doomsday next year, and all the Easter eggs that are in the FF movie, and then also the reaction to the Superman film, it's just really interesting seeing where we are at this point. Diamond going basically into the dust.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then we're getting a Taika Waititi Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like IPs are still king. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like Hollywood, and there's so many things that are happening in the Hollywood machine right now that need to happen. I mean, like a lot of people have lost faith with movies and with media. So it's good to see that, and especially what people are telling me, like FF is more comic book. It's no longer like it's as far away from the MCU as you can think, because it actually is more of a comic book movie. That's what people are telling me. So I'm going to see what it's like. I'm planning on watching it. And I think that James Gunn is thinking the same thing. Like the fact that crypto is in there, the fact that they're doing so many different ideas with it. But that has its shortfalls as well, right? So I guess we'll see where this new direction is heading, right? Because Jason Momoa is no longer Aquaman. He's Lobo, right? Like I'm understanding that. And now, like, is that actually the title of the new movie? Where's My Dog? Is that actually, or is that just a joke?
It's got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke.
Where's my dog? And I'm like, that's funny, right? I think that's hilarious, right? Because I saw the leaked, and bonus footage, so I know where that reference is from, right? So, and it's interesting. I wasn't sure Kryptonians could be inebriated, but anyway. I guess.
Okay. So, spoiler alert for anyone who's out there. Kara goes to planets that have a red sun.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because when you're under the yellow sun, you can't get liquored up.
Right. That's what I was saying. You can't become inebriated, right? It's impossible, right? Your metabolism is just running high, right? So
yes.
All right.
Now, I will say this: I enjoyed FF significantly more than Superman.
Okay.
They're both good films. They're both enjoyable. I just have issues with the way some of the characters were written in Superman, but I love the casting. Corn Sweat is really good. Lois is really good. It's just some of their actions and interactions are weird. Mr. Terrific is on point.
People are telling me, yeah, Mr.
You're gonna enjoy Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner.
But everyone's telling me that Mr. Terrific is the runaway. Like he stole scenes and it was just absolutely.
Well, it's kind of interesting because the actor's his name slips my memory at this point, but he played Darwin in X-Men, right? First class.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you don't know what you've got because he was also in For All Mankind and he was excellent in For All Mankind. And because we've never really seen Mr. Terrific like this, maybe a couple of times in the animated series, you would catch him, but you don't have him with this much of a spotlight. You just realize how rich, and I've said this many times, DC has an amazing roster of characters that they don't give enough love to. And Mr. Terrific is one of them, right? And it's like because they're in the money making business, so you hit Superman, more so Batman, but it's Batman, Superman. Hope that Wonder Woman comes in to make the trifecta to make some money, but they've got other characters that they can go with and make really interesting films, or at least have them be parts of really interesting films.
They're recasting Wonder Woman, right?
Yes, Gal Gadot will not be reprising her role.
Interesting.
And I don't think Pattinson is going to be Batman either in the Gunn universe because I don't think it fits.
No, but I think the Batman films are continuing as an Elseworld type of situation. So it's going to be fascinating.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So a whole bunch of new comments came in. I think we could take a quick look at those.
Yeah. Hold on a second. There was one that I wanted to. A lot of them did come in. Let me see here. Oh, there's some beauties. So, Billy Butch, bivouac is campsite without tents or cover. Got it.
But bivouac for sure. That is whack. That is a whack situation right there. That is, especially in a tundra.
For sure. Hopefully, the wind only blows one way where that's concerned, right? Tuvaz says those accessories are awesome.
Yeah. Coming from a toy photographer, of course. I mean, you're used to making your own shit, Adrian. So yeah, I totally get that.
For sure. Pedro says, with friends like Jay, you could only be a cool dude. Thank you once again, Pedro.
Whatever.
Thank you.
Pedro's too much.
Absolutely.
I love Pedro. Yeah,
for sure. Dad's bedtime stories. I predict a lot of failing crowdfunding campaigns this year. People are done with this garbage.
I'm not sure if they're going to fail, but I don't think that they're going to hit their full line. I don't think they're going to hit. I think many of them are going to miss their stretch goals. I think that's probably more apt. I think that's probably what that is.
Right. King Panther, Jay, are those vegan sausages?
How am I supposed to know what that is?
Hey, it could be what determines the tier unlocks.
Oh no, well.
Oh, that's hilarious.
In your head canon, it's whatever you want. If you're a vegan and you want to do vegan sausages, that's what they are, bro.
All right. Nolan says feel the same. And here in Canada, the snake layer is going for $5.10.
It's true.
So that's interesting, right? Because I didn't really put two and two together. But if you factor in the exchange rate, even though the US dollar is dipping, and then you add tariffs onto this and shipping, it's going to be a heavy price tag for anyone who's ordering these or supporting these crowdfunding campaigns outside of the US. And that's got to be playing a role into how quiet and sluggish some of these are.
Maybe, the overall uncertainty of the situation. I will say that my last HasLab did not get, like, it's right over there. It's a freaking rat. I did not get hit with any additional fees. So either Hasbro ate those, which is possible, because I think it came down to a more nominal level. I think it's like 10% now or 15%. Somebody in the comment section can probably speak to that. But the next round is just going to be ridiculous. I mean, like, Canada's being hit with a whole crap ton of tariffs right now. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And apparently, as of Friday morning, because I think August 1st is when a lot of them kick in. But, they may get delayed. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen.
It's all about getting people to at the end of the day. It's all about getting people to the table, right? It's a it's a scare tactic, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is, such as it is.
For sure. Russell says, I think we are hitting the limit with all this crowdfunding projects. Yeah, can't complain with that. No argument there. Yo, Jay and Steve, how you doing?
What's going on, you, Joe? Good to see you.
Mattel is grounded from my wallet until they get back to focusing on the vintage line. All right, putting your foot down. Sounds good. Great question here from Yo Joe. Why release Snake Set right after SDCC when people are broke?
You know, that's a really good question. But it's not uncommon. I mean, like the Eternia was the same thing. That's when they announced it at the con, and they started funding it during the con. So it's it is. I mean, like every HasLab that's been announced at the con begins at the con. For Hasbro, it's a 45-day set, so that's a long time. For Mattel, it's 30 days, which is still a long time, but it goes by fast. So, you know,
Right.
you have a full month at least to organize your finances and figure it out. So,
For sure.
I mean, is it a good strategy? I don't know. But that's what they have.
Dad's bedtime stories. This is from Pedro. You are 100% correct. Vintage line forever.
Yep.
I like the Snake Lair V2, but drawing was still nicer. I'm out on the dollars.
Yep.
Where is vintage Shakti?
Yeah, Shakti is we'll probably very soon. I imagine with Lady Slither and all these other you know, villains coming out. I think that Cartoon Collection Shakoti should be around the corner.
Right.
I hope anyway.
Yeah, reminds me of Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, but those were not 300.
Yeah, those are $89 or and in Snake Mountain's case 120, but it dropped in places. So
yeah, that's a bit of a markup. This Snake Lair is pointless. Snake Mountain was their lair.
yes, but it was their lair, you know, a millennia ago, right? I mean, that's so saying, you know, having lair their own, I think is appropriate. I think that it is great world building. Is it worth $300 to build that? Myself personally, I'm going to make that decision. Yes, for myself, but I'm not telling anybody to make that decision. You have to make that on your own. This one's a tough one. This one is a really tough one.
Right. Damn, Nolan, that is insane. 200 US is doable, but the tiers, but 300 plus shipping, no, hell no. I have toy money, but not to throw away.
Yep.
And I think everyone is kind of getting to that baseline where, as you were saying, like everyone's got some sort of disposable income, but everyone has to be more judicious with it.
Especially in this climate. This climate is very. We're not dealing with it's not the 90s anymore. You know, and it's not even the 2000s. Like money, you know, money is tight. You know, the cost of living is tight. The cost of food is ridiculous. So yeah, these are luxuries at the end of the day, guys. Like it's not outside the realm to say this is a tough decision.
For sure. Pedro says the world is lost. It does seem like it's a little bit tumultuous right now.
Yep.
Nolan, I feel they missed by not making them the MOTU vehicles, but transformable. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, Master Universe has always had great vehicles and great action features and everything. But here's the truth: Transformers. Hasbro will not allow Transformers to transform with a license. They won't do it because that is their shtick. You know, and I believe that. I truly believe that Transformers should transform, right? And which is another reason why these ones are kind of a hit and miss for me because I love what Sam's done with them. I love the designs. I think they're inspired, but I think that a Transformer needs to transform. So even the Redline series, you know, the 3-0, beautiful designs. And they're definitely for collectors. And to a certain degree, Loki's really has caught my attention. But I like the gimmick. I like the fact that you put them together. So that's another thing that I might be getting into, but because of another reason entirely, right?
Mhm.
Whereas these ones, which are action figures that do not transform, I don't know. I'm not 100% in on it. I have to see them in person. I really have to see them in hand. I think that's what it boils down to.
For sure. Master of the Universe and Transformers look like bad do-it-yourself cardboard children's Halloween costumes.
Oh, that is, dude. That is, wow. No.
Shots fired.
Shots
Wow.
fired, bro. That's not cool. That is not cool. Those are, honestly, Skeletor at the very least looks sick. Skeletor looks absolutely he looks amazing. Bumblebee, I get what happened there. I know why the decisions were made. I even talked to Sam because a lot of people were saying buzz off, Bumblebee. Like he's a freaking Bumblebee. I mean, come on. Everyone's like, that's such a missed opportunity. Why wouldn't you do it? Well, maybe it's because it's the obvious choice.
Yes.
But yeah, Buzz Off doesn't even need armor. I think that's the other part. He's got an exoskeleton for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Right. So again, there's a lot of decisions in the background there, and a lot of obligations that are required by different companies. I mean, with a partnership like this, Hasbro gets to call a few shots. They're very, very specific on which ones you can use and which ones you can't. So,
hey, that happens in comics too.
Yeah.
Where just because you have a character and a writer wants to use them, they got to go to the office that runs that character to see if they can use them for a story. So if there's a moratorium on, like, say you were talking about, I don't know, Batman, and you're writing Aquaman, and you want Joker to be the villain, you got to go to the Bat office to get permission to do that.
Yep. Because
they might have a storyline that involves that character, Joker, and it will mess up their continuity. It's there are a lot of, I guess, behind the scenes, steps that need to be taken care of before you can just go ahead and do stuff.
100%. I totally agree.
Yeah. They should have made the Masters of the Universe vehicles transform, and Man at Arms needed to be a Bond, not Bumblebee.
You know what? I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I can keep my mouth shut on that one.
For sure. Vintage. I only want vintage, but originals is also accepted.
Absolutely.
For sure. Erwin Papa, welcome.
Hey,
hi, everyone.
Good to see you.
Russell, Jay, how much did you see, or do you think it will make, or how much do you think will make it to Canadian retail shelves?
We're not seeing much now. You know what I mean? Like you have to go to your comic book stores, and if you're talking about big box retail, we're barely seeing anything. I mean, it's hard to find any of these Transformers in Walmart or Best Buy or anything like that. So I don't think we're going to see much. I think GameStop has been the most active in terms of like picking stuff up, and thank God. Thank God. What's it called? I'm just gonna say McFarlane because they're a co-owner of McFarlane. Thank God, Dragon Enterprise or whatever they're called. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But thank God they rescued GameStop, because honestly, we need more toy retailers, and at least now we can guarantee that there's going to be a lot of distribution. So, thank goodness.
Yeah, for sure. G-Ryan 460, sorry. Hey Jay, does Titan Toys carry Gamerverse figs?
Yes. Titan Toys is carrying. If you're asking about Psylocke, if you're asking about Captain America and Giganticus, or whatever the heck they're calling him right now, Sumagorath, all those versus figures, yes. Omega Red, Colossus, all the Juggernaut. Yeah, all of them are being carried by Titan Toys. As a matter of fact, Little Birdie told me that Psylocke might be coming in this week. You can. I heard that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I heard that. So.
Okay, interesting. Taika, yes, as you were mentioning earlier, Taika is shopping around a Dread movie. No studio has picked it up yet. All I'm asking is for Carl Urban to reprise his role.
Yes, he's got to
They
reprise.
If they don't have him come back, then we're gonna have words.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That was insane. His the fact he didn't take off his helmet, I was like, wow, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, like within the first 10 minutes, Stallone had his helmet off.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy who plays Lex plays it like a bald young Tom Cruise. It's interesting that you mentioned that, because I did like Nicholas Hoult is a fantastic actor. He was Beast in the X-Men films. Like he's really, really good. But I just felt that the way that both he and Superman were written, and even the Kents, they were just. It was almost like it was a Superboy movie, and what I mean by that is everybody was like impetuous and not measured. And I get Superman's at the beginning of his superhero journey, but there was just a lot of stuff where you're like a lot of exposition in certain places as well too, but just a lot of like not well developed characters in terms of their actions and what their motivations were and their reactions to stuff. Everything was hair trigger. And the Kents were, as a friend of the show, J-Man, he complained about it as well. And for those of you who love comic books and retro stuff, you got to go check out J-Man's channel. He was complaining that the Kents were almost written as though they were rubes. It was just a really interesting take on a lot of these characters, and maybe they tried to go 180 from the Snyderverse. But they still have, spoiler alert, they still have people do stuff in there where people lose their lives, and you're like, what? That character did that? It was weird. It was just some weird stuff.
Yeah, they're trying different things. They're trying to be edgy and different. I just sort of revert to the idea of why is it a Superman movie if there's a whole an impetus of a Justice League there? You know what I mean? Like a team. I've always felt that Superman needs to hold his own first, and then, whatever else happens around him. But, I don't know anything about the film though. Like, I'm just speaking out of turn, and whatever happens, right? But,
I will say, for those of you who haven't seen, I'm going to spoil it. The Hall of Justice shows up.
Oh, nice!
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
I do want to see it.
Yeah, you should see them both.
Yeah.
Joe, not into Superman or Fantastic Four at all, and that is great. That's fine. There's so much out there. The thing that we have going for us is everybody is getting an itch scratched. So there's some of us that are getting multiple itches scratched. If you're a Star Wars fan, you almost have too much on your plate. Yep. And so some of it's going to be great. Some of it's going to be not so great.
Yeah. They're pumping on Star Wars, unfortunately, in many regards, poorly. But I enjoyed Skeleton Crew. I thought it was great.
Skeleton was fun.
Andor was incredible.
Was on point.
Fucking incredible. Oh my god.
Andor was so good. I had to watch Rogue One right after it, and then I started to watch A New Hope.
Yeah.
And it revitalized my joy of Star Wars.
Absolutely, and that's what it's supposed to do, right? Well, good writing, good characters,
great acting.
All right, see, I gotta start wrapping it up. Unfortunately,
we're gonna. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes. We'll get through some more of these interviews. We were gonna have Loch Nguyen come and join us, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it.
Sure.
But we were going to thank everybody in advance for those of you who've joined us, everyone who's watching on Instagram, on my channel, on Jay's channel, on Facebook, and obviously on YouTube, and everyone who's commented. We really appreciate that. It's been amazing. It's the community that keeps Jay and I afloat, and we love every minute chatting with you and getting into our geekness with you guys. You guys are awesome.
100%.
King Panther says, let's talk about the Mark Taylor Castle Grayskull. I like the matte and new color decors.
So really, really quickly, we had this discussion on another chat. I think it was in some ways, I think it was just a lazy repaint. The original Mark Taylor design doesn't look anything like that. It is literally just using the current castle and putting some paint on it and doing whatever, and then adding the matte you know, and I'm putting a figure in there that everyone really wanted, the spaceman. But it's not what it's claiming to be, and that's I think I appreciate the history. I appreciate I appreciate what it's supposed to be, but it's not. That's not what it is. And if you really look at it, the lighting was what made those things yellow. It wasn't the freaking paint. So anyway, I don't want to get too far into that one, but my overall point on that is, I think it fell short of the mark. That's my take on that.
Absolutely. Dad's bedtime story. Sorry I sound so negative. Love your guys' coverage. I just understand what toy companies are doing anymore.
Somebody reminded me. Yeah.
First of all, we love all opinions. Absolutely. If you don't like something, say it. It's all great. And if it doesn't meet what you're asking or what you're looking for, that's totally understandable.
Yeah. It's being critical, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with being critical. I was reminded this weekend that a lot of people appreciate my opinions based on the idea that I'm making companies accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
People seem to appreciate that, and you know what? That really touched me. I can't speak more to that than what that was, but you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to say something, right? If you keep quiet, no one's ever going to know.
Yeah, you can speak with your voice or speak with your wallet, right? And that's how companies will
listen.
Either pay attention or not.
That's how they start listening. Yeah,
absolutely. So we're going to end with this one. The only thing I ordered from SDCC was the new Marvel Legends Mephisto and Throne.
Exactly. I mean, why wouldn't you? Mephisto. When's the last time we got a Mephisto? We got Mephisto on with Diamond Select, and now Diamond Select is gone.
Yeah.
Right. Gentle Giant is gone. Diamond is gone. Right. So, will we ever see them again? Who knows? Those properties were not even partied out. They were literally just folded away. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows if they'll return? We don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Mega J, I want to thank you for joining us. You are the road warrior, literally, coming back from San Diego and then being on the road to start the show and then finishing it in your new HQ. Yep. You didn't slide down the bat pole to return to headquarters, but appreciate you. It's good to be back with you. What do you got coming up? What do people have to look forward to? Because you have a lot of content from your trip.
Yeah, I'm still posting up all my videos from the weekend. I've got a whole bunch of hunts which I can put on MVR Collector. So a lot of things. I just posted the Flipboard panel, so if anybody's interested in watching that, you can watch that. It's up on the channel right now. A lot of great creators on that panel. A lot of great releases. Wave 2. We showed many of the Wave 2 figures. So guys, just check out the channel. But guys, subscribe to Comics Asylum. These guys are really killing it. And of course, Steve, how are things going with Atrium? Can we see, issues 3 or 4? Like, what are we looking at?
We're done. We're all done. We're going to be doing some conventions, and we are currently putting together the graphic novel.
Excellent. And
just sent off the pages to be translated into Portuguese.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah,
That's great.
And
you have a lot of fans from your artists and everybody who worked on the project, so that's excellent. So.
Absolutely. And we up on our channel right now. We have an interview with Yannick Paquette, who drew Swamp Thing for years, as well as Wonder Woman, fantastic artist out of Montreal. We interviewed him at Montreal Comic-Con. The video's up right now, doing well. And I think I'll be working on Nick Bradshaw's interview next. And we also got Jim Starlin.
Nice.
So that's to come as well, too.
That's cool.
A lot of good stuff coming from our trip to Montreal. And like Jay, we'll be putting that up on our channel as well. Anyone on my side, please go and subscribe to Mega J Retro. Amazing channel. Check him out on Instagram as well, too. And for everyone that tuned in, everyone that commented, really appreciate it. Love to have you guys with us. And we'll see you in 7. And keep it indie.
Take care, guys.